Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted, man. What the fuck?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 126 of the Topless Robot podcast. My name is Ryan.
I am Brooks.
I'm Dan.
And we are Kalenless and Tylerless this week.
Sons of bitches.
Just dropping like
They'll
flies.
get theirs. Oh, fuck.
So we got a couple of video game related things to talk about this week. A couple of big video game related things to talk about this week.
Do tell.
First off, after over 500 days without a Nintendo Direct, like a full proper Nintendo Direct, we got a 50-minute Nintendo Direct this week.
How long are they typically?
I mean, usually like half hour to an hour, somewhere around there. Like
okay.
But it after so long without one, speculation was wild on like what we could expect out of this one, because first off, long running time, it's been so long since the last one. Surely they've got a lot to announce, especially considering the last big Nintendo Direct we got was revealing the teaser for Breath of the Wild 2. And a lot of people were very disappointed by this Nintendo Direct, myself included.
It was pretty underwhelming. I actually didn't watch it, but I got live commentary from the 5 people in my Discord who were all watching it together while I was there.
Yeah. There's
I didn't actually watch it, but I saw the memes.
Some of the noteworthy stuff is like we're getting a Mario Golf still being developed by Camelot. And there's a new game mode that is called Speed Golf that actually looks like a lot of fun, where you do not take turns. Everyone just tees off at the same time and then sprints to where their ball is and keeps going. And there are like power-ups and shit like that. So it's like a proper race.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually looks genuinely fun. Aside from that, so this year is the 35th anniversary of Legend of Zelda, as well as the 35th anniversary of Metroid. So you would also kind of expect, hey, it's the first big Direct in a long time. It's an anniversary year, like a noteworthy anniversary year for both Zelda and Metroid. What are we going to see? The answer is nothing. Nothing is what we're going to see. Not a mention of Metroid whatsoever. And to
the surprise of zero Metroid fans anywhere ever.
So there's rumors of a new 2D Metroid in development, so I was hoping we'd hear something about that. In addition to the Metroid Prime, development that had to be scrapped and restarted, I figured that they might have something to show by now. And even beyond that, it being an anniversary year and bundles of classics tend to be the thing. I was expecting a Metroid Prime Trilogy announcement or something like that for the Nintendo Switch. But nothing. Instead, what we got was Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Skyward Sword.
Isn't that the one that sucks?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Legend of Zelda Go Up, right?
It's Legend of Zelda Wii Motion Plus controls.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Legend of Zelda, you can only kill this enemy if you strike down, sideways, diagonal.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the motion controls, and they're providing an alternative for that with this HD version they're putting out, basically everyone I know who played that game said it was actually a pretty good Zelda, and if the motion controls were gone, it would be a great game. So
we're gonna put that to the test. For the motion controls seems like it might be a little clunky, because effectively what it does is it puts the motion of your sword to the right analog stick.
Seems very doable. It's
doable as long as you don't have to dodge while you're attacking, because that means you're going to be jumping back and forth between the right analog stick and the face buttons.
That might be. I could see that being challenging, but also I'm used to like claw gripping stuff. So
Yeah.
Other little things that were announced, Square Enix is doing another thing in the same engine that they did Octopath Traveler, and they're approaching it the exact same way that they did Octopath Traveler, in that they're releasing a demo very early, as in that demo is available right now. And this is a Final Fantasy Tactics style tactics game. And it looks like Octopath Traveler. It's the whole pixelated in a 3D world kind of thing. Looks perfectly fine. Not really my cup of tea, but sure. And again, they are releasing this with a working title, which in the case of Octopath Traveler was its temporary working title. And then everyone just kept calling it Octopath Traveler, and that's what they ended up sticking with on release. This one is like Tri-Point something. I can't even remember off the top of my head.
I can't either, but I remember it's stupid, and it probably won't be the thing they stick with, because I think it also has like a working title in the name, something to that effect.
Yeah.
Like
Tri-Point, working title, True Magic Sword.
It looks fine, and I know that like a lot of people love Final Fantasy Tactics and those types of games, and it is definitely going to scratch that itch for those people from the way that it looks.
You're talking to me, brother. That's me.
Have you downloaded the demo yet?
What was that?
Have you downloaded the demo yet?
No, I haven't. I usually don't jump on demos for most games. I don't know why. I just kind of sleep on it. And that's because I also usually get games like at least a year after everyone has forgotten about them.
I'm the same way. I also don't like demos because I just want to play the game.
Sure. I like demos that give you a snapshot of the beginning of the game and then allow you to continue playing in the full retail game. So,
like continue off from where you left off in the demo, basically.
Yeah.
I feel that. I think it's going to be a good game. I remember it sounding really, really cheesy, but of course it's
sure. Yeah. What do you expect? And then one more. So, they did come out specifically and say, please bear with us. We have nothing new to share on Breath of the Wild 2 yet. And so that's understandable. Sure. Fine. I was very disappointed to learn that No More Heroes 3, which was slated to be released last year, got pushed to this year. And I was expecting it, since, usually when that sort of thing happens, it's going to be in the first half of the year, right? Like, if it was going to be an end of year release and it gets pushed, it's not going to be like, like Halo Infinite, where it gets pushed a year. It's going to be a few months. No More Heroes 3 is coming out in August, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. Do you have any idea as to why, though?
No.
I don't. Okay.
I take this stance every time, and it's just because I'm very patient when it comes to these things. I'll get the game whenever it fucking comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's the time that they need in order to make it a kick-ass game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna put out Mega Man X9 any day now.
And probably what I think was most disappointing was we have one more thing. And that one more thing is Splatoon 3.
I was kind of surprised by that.
Who fucking cares?
I don't know. Did anyone? How big was Splatoon 2? I didn't play any of them.
I played some of Splatoon 2, and it's a perfectly fine game. But like Splatoon 2 came out on the Switch, and it's already getting a sequel on the Switch, which is weird.
It could be a good move. I don't know how successful it is. Again, I don't know anyone who plays it, but I always assumed it had a pretty big community.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to. It's just, these games
enough
that
to warrant the appearance of characters and other things, right?
Yeah. These games that are multiplayer focused are just not for me. And
you don't have any friends. Kidding, of course. Dan is your friend, and so am I. And those two assholes that aren't on the show today, they left, and they can't play Splatoon 3 with us.
Yeah, but this is when Ryan announces, I've pre-ordered a copy of Splatoon 3, but only for people who showed up to this episode of the podcast.
126, or else you miss.
I guess that means Brooks is getting a copy of Splatoon 3 for the Switch that he doesn't have.
Yeah! I will stare at it for hours.
Brooks, if you ever get a Switch, you'll have this download code just waiting for you, champ.
As soon as Mega Man X9 and Mega Man Legends 3 comes out.
But yeah, I mean, I guess Splatoon just must be a bigger property that I am not aware of that popularity. It just doesn't cross into my universe.
Oh yeah, same. I get it.
Did any of you guys check? Sorry, go ahead.
We did something that I did kind of gloss over. We did get the next fighter announcement for Super Smash Brothers, and
Boomer Bait.
It is a character from Xenoblade Xenoblade Chronicles or whatever. I always forget because there's like Xenosaga, and there's Xenogears, and there's Xenoblade, and there's all the
Xenophobes.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's
Xeno Princess Warrior.
No. It's one of those characters. And which I guess Shulk is from as well.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of disappointment there as well, because a lot of people have been speculating that it was going to be Crash Bandicoot.
That'd be kind of fun. What do you tell you now? Did any of you guys check out the Capcom Arcades thing they released? I've been getting ads like crazy for that.
Yes, I did buy that today.
Did you check it out at all?
A little bit. Yeah, it's very cool. It's a good collection of Capcom's arcade games, a lot of which I didn't play.
Captain Commando's on there, right?
I can't remember. Yes, I think so. Yes.
I love that game. Captain Commando is so cool.
Something Twins, I played through all of that today. Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly in it for the shmups and the fighting games.
Get down on some 1942, although you're better off playing one of the further sequels if they have them, because 1942 is rough.
They have 19XDX, and they have, I mean, there's a good selection of Capcom shmups in this. If you what's cool is the base game. It's kind of like the Sega Classics thing where the main menu is in the living room and you've got the little TV and the fucking, the game shelf and shit, where that is the app proper. And then you can buy games to play in that thing, so you fill out the shelf effectively. The same is true here, where if you want, like, the base game itself, the hub game is free, and then you're buying game packs to add to that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Like the Capcom arcade cabinet on the PS3 and the SNK stuff. I liked how they did that, because I didn't always want some of those garbage like filler games they put in that are like 3 people are nostalgic for this and they've all died.
Yeah, I mean, if you want all of the games for the Capcom arcade, it is $40.
Oh, that is super reasonable compared to what they were doing the last time.
And I think there are 3 packs available that are $15 a piece if you want to buy one, each of those independently.
Did it come with Black Tiger for free?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I still haven't gone through everything.
Well, that game fucking rules. Black Tiger is so good.
And I'm sure they plan on releasing more over time because of the way that they've gone with, this kind of modular sort of game setup. I'm sure that they'll be adding more packs to it and stuff over time. But to start, I think there are 3 packs available. And it covers the gamut of, most of the stuff that you would want. Ghouls and Ghosts,
Strider,
Bionic Commando, Strider, Street Fighter, all the variations of Street Fighter 2, and 1942, and all the sequels in 1942, and some stuff that I had never played before or even heard of. So,
those are always the fun ones. The weird, never seen the light of day in the West kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at some of these announcements from that Nintendo Direct, and it looks like there's a Ninja Gaiden collection coming out.
Yes, there is a Ninja Gaiden Sigma collection coming out.
Yeah. I was. Yeah, that's not what
not the Ninja Gaiden you're thinking. It is the Ninja Gaiden Sigma trilogy.
Ninja Tryharden.
I never played those. I know plenty of people who speak well of them, which would make sense. It's done by Ninja Theory, which is a great company for that type of game. But I never really got into them first time around.
I played a little bit of one, and it's not very ninja.
Yeah.
It's just not at all. Like, I want to be like sneaking around, if it's a 3D world. I want it to be Metal Gear Solid, but
you want it to be Tenchu.
Oh yeah, I do. Tenchu. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've heard that name, Ryan. Oh man. Jeez. Yeah, that first one on the PS1 was I played that a couple of years ago, and it's not terrible for it being before the DualShock.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played those old Tenchu games. They actually had a brief comeback of the property on the PSP.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking up to see who owns this.
I think it's Namco?
From Software.
Oh, what?
Let's see. Tenchu. I'm on Wikipedia.
Tenchu is From Software?
Yep.
No
and
shit.
You can see its influence in Sekiro of all games.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't realize that was... Wow.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Of course. It had to be. No wonder why. Okay, all right. I don't feel so bad. 13-year-old me is not feeling so bad. Oh man.
Back before From Software had the reputation that it has now.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because they've always made games that are hard as fuck.
I don't know. Tenchu, I may just not be remembering it well, but Tenchu wasn't... I don't remember it being as difficult as I find Dark Souls to be.
Could be for different reasons. It's not known to be an easy game, that's for sure.
No, certainly not.
There's a lot of
things that are difficult, but not necessarily because it was intentional. Just some of the the first game is just a little clunky.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, you do have to wait around for things to happen sometimes.
Sure.
I mean, you could even go all the way back to their Kingsfield series back in the 90s.
Oh, wow. They did Kingsfield?
Yeah, that game was hard as fuck too, partially because it was, broken. A lot of those Armored Core games are really hard too. Some of those mech games can be really, really tough.
Wow, yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I feel like I didn't know the name From Software until White Knight Chronicles.
Most people didn't know it until Dark Souls or Demon Souls.
It actually says here on the Wikipedia page that Sekiro Shadows Die Twice was initially conceived as a new Tenchu game.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Boom, mystery solved.
And I was completely wrong because White Knight Chronicles is a level 5 game, not a From Software game.
What From Software should be known for above all else is Metal Wolf Chaos.
Yeah! of the United States of America! Oh my God.
I feel like they had a punishing game that did not have Souls in the name before they did the Souls games. That was almost like a precursor to the Souls games. And I might just be thinking of Demon Souls, but...
I played
wow,
Demon
they did
Souls.
Chrome Hounds. Okay, I remember Chrome Hounds.
Oh man, don't let my friend Steven hear you talk about Chrome Hounds, because him and Zeke will just talk about it for hours. They all got on it too late and couldn't play with anyone.
Oh, Brooks, I love that you said Demon Souls sucks, because so many of my friends who are Souls fans, like myself, they say it's a wonderful game. I never understood the appeal of Demon Souls.
It looks
the
like
Souls games have gotten better with every iteration. Like Demon Souls was okay, Dark Souls was good, Dark Souls 2 was better. Fight me, I don't care what anyone says. You shit on B Team all you want. Dark Souls 2 was great. Dark Souls 3 was incredible too. I don't know. Everyone still seems to think that Dark Souls 1 is just, that's the pinnacle of gaming. It's not because of my rose-colored glasses. I swear it's not because of my rose-colored glasses.
Oh man, yeah. I played Demon Souls a couple of years ago, and it was just it looked like it might have been cool to somebody, but it just was a little too not my flavor, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I must be thinking Demon Souls. So Demon Souls is the first time I became aware of From Software as a company, without realizing that so many games that came before it I have played.
Yeah. I think the first game I ever played by them was an Armored Core game of all things, and I don't fucking play mech games. It's literally the only mech game I've ever played in my life.
What's weird is I don't see Tenchu on this list.
It might be under a different name, like Shadow Assault, Tenchu. Like, it might not be the first thing in the.
It was published by. Let's see.
Oh, it was not developed by From Software.
Originally developed by Japanese developer Acquire.
Oh, okay.
And then I think
that
Acquire became absorbed by them.
It still
Shadow
doesn't show up.
Tenchu is an actual game, but it's an action puzzle video game.
Yes, I did see that.
That sounds dumb. That sounds real dumb.
Sounds fucking stupid.
Are you telling me that the studio named Acquire got acquired?
Let's see. Activision bought the rights to the game from Sony. Sony Music Entertainment. Weird. And then Activision sold the rights to From Software in 2004. So any of these games after 2004? Let's see. When did Dark Secret come out? 2006. Okay, so it looks like about half of them are still them, and Dark Secret was fun. I never played Tenchu Z.
Oh, whoa. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of Tenchu games. Like, the only ones that I know about are Tenchu Stealth Assassins, Tenchu 2 Birth of the Stealth Assassins, and then Tenchu Time of the Assassins.
I remember Wrath of Heaven because I remember seeing that box at the game store a couple of times and being thinking how cool that was. Oh man, there's a ninja on there.
Fuck.
Tenchu Z.
Ninjas are cool. All right, everyone can agree that ninjas are cool. Oh my god. Can't go out and get it right now because it's in my garden, but I got the weirdest shit.
Are you growing a ninja?
No. I got the weirdest shit from Benihana. So Danny and I are at work, and he's going to order some food, and he's feeling Benihana for some reason. And on their Uber Eats page, in addition to all that stuff they have on their menu, they have for $7 each they're labeled as mugs, but they're ceramic statues of Japanese stuff. And so they have a ninja, like a dude. They have like a lucky cat and like some kind of chunkier versions of some of these things. And I ordered the ninja one, but they sent the wrong one. And it's a kendo guy, wearing the ridiculous like mask with the flaps that come out, know, and that whole thing. So now I have like a kendo gnome in my garden for $7.
Hell yeah,
that we got delivered alongside our food.
That's funny. So another thing that has been going on this week and is still currently going on, I believe, is BlizzCon.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to get into. A lot of things in BlizzCon that make me roll my fucking eyes.
Some Blizz biz.
So let's first talk about the funniest shit ever, which is the fact that Metallica is playing BlizzCon this year.
and they get muted on the Twitch channel because they're playing copyrighted music, even though they're the fucking band that's playing it. It's their music.
Yep. And what's funny is what goes around comes around. Like, honestly, this whole DMCA shit was championed by Metallica.
Fuck Lars Ulrich.
So, yeah. For a live streamed event, they had to mute the music and
so dumb.
Play
so
some copyright-free music over the top of Metallica.
We're calling it the wrong thing, guys. It's BlizzCon line.
Oh Lord.
Yes. We're officially entering an era where I think the entirety of World of Warcraft is just going to be released twice.
Yep.
Since they've already done World of Warcraft Classic, now they've announced Burning Crusade Classic, which is just the expansion that came out after the first base World of Warcraft game.
The first
And then they also
expansion.
said, we're not opposed to doing Wrath of the Lich King if that's what the community wants. They're just releasing World of Warcraft twice. That's all they're doing. I can't fucking believe it. Wring it dry. Give me my money.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. They are also re-releasing Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is getting a visual revamp, which we saw how well that went with Warcraft 3 Reforged. I do not hold out hope.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. Diablo 2 has aged really well, and by that I mean my friend Dylan has the box art for Diablo 2 tattooed on his leg, and it still looks good. So
Diablo 2 is a great
apart
game.
from that, I don't really care. I never played it.
Diablo 2 is a great game, an absolutely great game.
That tattoo looks cool, at least.
If they're gonna do it well, then cool. That's great.
Oh, look, they're releasing a collection of arcade, the Blizzard Arcade collection.
Yeah, that is out today. I've been.
You would be a Blackthorn nerd.
I honestly thought about either getting the Capcom Arcade collection or the Blizzard collection because I really love rock and roll racing, and they have certain enhancements like widescreen support and shit like that. Like they've done more than what you usually see out of these kinds of collections. But it's 3 old games for $20 or a ton of Capcom arcade machines for $40.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Capcom selection, Alex.
And look, Brooks, I don't even think Blackthorn is objectively a great game, but there's only one man in video game history who will one-hand a shotgun like that and fire it over his shoulder, and that is Blackthorn.
True.
As much as I fucking hate Heroes of the Storm, which is like Blizzard's MOBA, basically, I have a standing agreement with my friends who play it.
If they
ever
add
release
Blackthorn,
I will play Heroes of the Storm, and I will only play Blackthorn. But I don't think they're ever going to do that. But if they do, man, I got to play that shitty game.
The Lost Vikings are in...
The once and future Space King.
The Lost Vikings are in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. But I don't foresee Blackthorn ever making a foray into that game. I don't think people care nearly as much about Blackthorn as they do the Lost Vikings.
That's probably true. Yeah, eventually I'll end up getting it. I'm not going to pay $20 for it, but god damn it, give me my Rock and Roll Racing, because I used to play the fuck out of that on Super Nintendo.
And yes, I never. 4. I want it to be good because I also really loved Diablo 3, but I also
they showed off the Rogue.
Yes,
and it looks good.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to buy it, even if it is good, because I just really hate ActiBliz that much. But
yeah,
steal a copy to play it.
Yeah,
I mean, legally acquire a copy to play it.
What?
You mean Black Division?
Yes,
ActiBliz.
Right. ActiBliz. That's what everyone I know calls it.
Really? Because when that happened, we were all calling it Black Division.
I assume that's not one that they want to catch up.
Probably not.
Yeah.
All the more reason to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's all cool. I wish I could still love that company, but just releasing World of Warcraft twice is the thing that surprised me the least, but it still makes me the angriest.
Different. It's different this time.
This time we're doing it just to cash in on your nostalgia.
Oh, God. You have nostalgia for a game that we've never stopped developing, that it's still literally the same game that you've been playing for 20 years.
Look, it's not the same because I played Burning Crusade when I was 12, all right? And so I missed the days when I was 12. I'm only able to enjoy things that I enjoyed when I was a child.
God.
Anything that's new is bad. New things are bad. Give me more nostalgia marketing.
Like,
more!
It made sense for them to do a classic thing after the Cataclysm, which, like, you know, so, hey, remember when the Barons weren't split in twain, you know, kind of shit. But to just keep
remembers
going on, that seems, it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be really cool
that way about the regular classic, like even more than Burning Crusade, because regular WoW was bad, and anyone who doesn't think base WoW was bad is just wrong.
It'd be really cool if they decided to get a little courage and try something completely different instead of, you know, how many times can you reanimate a corpse?
I think that World of Warcraft Classic should have just been all the expansions pre-Cataclysm.
No, it's only the Asian expansion. So that way you can only play as regular people or panda bears.
I only want to do my miserable 40-man raids.
I'm gonna be a ninja panda. I'm gonna do what were the other, I think they came out before Panda. The blue dudes.
Draenei,
that's right.
I'm gonna do the Tunuk Tunuk Toon dance.
Yeah.
The only reason I really remember any of these, because I never played WoW, was seeing the big, like, the cardboard cutouts, you know, at like Fry's Electronics or like places that sold PC games, you know. and I was just like, I don't know what this is, but with the pandas and shit, I'm like, I don't know if that looks cool. Does somebody think this is cool?
That was the expansion that I quit during.
Every time they introduce a new race, I'll start playing again for a little bit to try out that race. Like, I tried a goblin. I actually had a goblin Death Knight for a little while there when they would let you start at 55. And
that's a very interesting choice. That's a weird one to me. Like, you can do for whatever you want, but a new race doesn't change anything about how the game plays, really.
Yeah, no, I just like checking out the new area and stuff like that. And,
okay.
And there are some racial traits and stuff like that. And
they basically do nothing.
But then I'll eventually play until I have to progress with someone else in order to really get anywhere, and I'll stop playing.
So,
I feel that.
So you, both of you guys played WoW.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I haven't played in 7-8 years now, I think.
Do you still hold on to nostalgia like a lot of these other people do, or do you pretty much see it for what it is, an old game?
I don't hold on to nostalgia for most things because I hate it. It's also just most MMOs are roughly the same thing at their core, which is why I openly say I like RuneScape, and when people shit on it and they play any other MMO, I'm just like, hey, you're kind of just playing the exact same game as me. It just looks prettier.
I have a friend who's just, well, actually, I have two diehard RuneScape fans as friends, and they're a little younger than I am, so it kind of makes sense. Well, beyond you, Dan, like Danny plays RuneScape all the time at work.
Oh, I know. I made him dance to Sea Shanty 2 once.
Yeah, I haven't. So I sunk a bit of time into WoW when it came out. Probably, I sunk probably the most amount of time into WoW when it came out. And aside from that, the only other MMO that I've sunk a significant amount of time into was Ultima Online. And kind of Final Fantasy XI. But that was pretty much it. And I run into the same problem with every single MMO. It's like, you get to a point where you can't reasonably progress without the involvement of other people, and no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I told you I wouldn't be playing Final Fantasy XIV if not for the fact that I'd play with a group of people. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have got that game in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, I, in recent months, have thought about reactivating my World of Warcraft account. And I just have to keep reminding myself that I'm just going to eventually, inevitably, hit a wall where I just won't. Like, the second that it comes down to either playing with randos or scheduling game time with other people, nah.
Yeah, I feel that. Scheduling sometimes doesn't really bother me, but it's only if it's still fun. I've quit many things when the raid group comes in, and if you're not succeeding or doing well enough, they get all business-like and serious about it. And to me, that's where the fun stops.
You're not pulling your weight, and
I just go, hey, fuck you, see you later.
We here at Fun Corp like to promote a challenging and competitive atmosphere.
Why'd you roll for that? It's not even good for your class. I don't know.
Oh man, I got to roll up a 3-5 D&D character this week. That was fun. It's been a minute. Gonna dust off that old book, get down to the real nitty gritty, the real MMOs.
I mean, except not.
I mean, if I talk about it online, it counts, right?
No.
Damn it.
Nerd!
Listen, this is the greatest Dungeons and Dragons system of all time.
Hey,
And
Dan, I think we're going to have to go over to Brooks's house. I sense a flushing in his future.
Oh yeah, dude. I haven't been over to Brooks's house in a long time. I'm gonna kick down that front door just to give him a swirly.
hey man, I got a cool backyard now, so you can give me a swirly in the cool backyard.
So yeah, I think they're also doing new characters in Overwatch on BlizzCon or something.
Yes, I saw that.
It's Overwatch 2, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I just glossed over the Overwatch announcements because don't care.
Yeah, absolutely. I just remember
I can't.
everyone I know was dunking on it because the new designs for Overwatch 2 look worse than the original Overwatch design.
Yeah, let's just add shoulder pads.
Are you trying to turn them into Gears of War characters?
It's the early 2000s X-Men fix.
Add
More
shoulder pads, remove necks,
Yeah.
make chonk.
This new character is big McLarge huge. Beef strong slap.
I actually installed Gears 5 on my Xbox to see what that was all about. I haven't played a Gears game since Gears 3. And Gears 5 is on Game Pass. And yeah, it doesn't...
It's Gears of War.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like they've done anything significant.
Guys like Gary Jules? Because that's exactly how it feels.
I played the campaigns in the first few. The only thing that really kept me like around with that was a bunch of my friends really, really loved playing the Gears multiplayer, and they were very competitive with it. I was not. But like with any game, I'm very good at grabbing the thing that makes the biggest explosion or the biggest stick.
The Hammer of Dawn.
With it. The boom shot. Stuff like that was fun. I just became the give him the big exploding thing and okay, cool, we're good.
Wasn't there an entire game mode?
Subtlety.
Wasn't there an entire game mode in in one of the first three getting control of the Hammer of Dawn?
I don't know. I never played it. That was not a game mode I've ever heard of.
I feel there was, but I may be misremembering.
I never actually played a Gears game, but I have sat on the couch and rode shotgun a couple of times while Zeke was playing 3.
Honestly, a lot of the controls and things that they like, the roadie run is a great addition to a shooter game like that. I love the roadie run and how like seamlessly you enter and exit cover in the same way that like you perform parkour moves in an Assassin's Creed, right? You're holding down a button and you go into the logical action and shit like that. And when Gears 1 came out, there were not a lot or like any at all cover focused shooters. And
it definitely kind of set that trend.
Yeah. And they did a great job with it, a really great job with it. And they just kept beating that horse.
People paid. They're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
But also, it has one of my favorite style game modes that any game could ever have, which is basically endless wave defense until you just get overwhelmed by the hordes.
Horde mode.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think, again, is a trend that was set by Gears. No, actually, that may have been set by Halo.
I don't know. I don't know which was like the first one to bring that about.
Those games are always a little too bro for me.
Halo was a bit too bro for me. Gears feels just completely different and feels extremely satisfying.
I loved the campaign modes from Halo 1 and 2, but I didn't play a lot of multiplayer because
Yep.
I mean, I didn't really have a lot of people to play with.
It goes without saying, I did not play any multiplayer in any of those games.
Halo 2 was the only game I've ever done LAN parties for.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to invite you over to my house for lunch so I can slap it out of your hands.
Yeah, we
I'm
used
gonna
to
give you a
do
swirly. You can slap lunch out of my hands.
we used to do LAN parties back in the day.
We can hang up Ryan on my fence post by his underwear, so we're all bullies and victims in an equal amount.
Back in the day, when I was a teenager, we used to do LAN parties playing, like multi-hour Age of Empires and Empire Earth and
those halcyon
Rainbow
years of
Six.
1939.
and shit like that. Like, just so much fun. And Quake 3 Team Arena.
Quake. Once again, a game that I wasn't allowed to play, but I know older kids that were into Quake.
And Unreal
Really
Tournament.
Quake.
Unreal Tournament's so goddamn fun. And do it, like, especially with doing LAN multiplayer stuff with some of those games, the extended game modes or the mutators and shit are what make those really fun. Like Quake 3 Instagib railgun matches are a ton of fun. And Unreal Tournament Zero Grav matches are a lot of fun as well. Man, those fucking games were
Gimmick game modes are great when you're doing an in-house, like with your friends on a LAN party.
dude.
I love gimmick game modes.
Yeah.
But when you actually like hit an online server with randos and you play those game modes, all of a sudden they suck.
Yeah. No, thanks. Not
Yeah.
interested.
It's like snipers and shotguns on Halo was a game mode you could play like in a matchmaking system. And fucking randoms in Halo, the sniper was just an awful gun to have around because there was no penalty to free firing it. Like you didn't have to scope in to get more accuracy.
Oh, sure.
So that was like the first MLG thing that I remember experiencing, is just getting no scoped in the head all the time with Halo 2 and Halo 3 snipers.
And I'm sure everyone who did LAN groups back in the day had one of these, but we had one of our friends who was always, at our LAN parties, earned the nickname TK because it was guaranteed that he was going to kill his team.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, again, you're talking to the dude who always gets the giant explodey guns. So I've done my fair share of firing a rocket and killing a teammate and an enemy at the same time.
In his case, it was more he was twitchy and couldn't determine. Basically, he chose to shoot before identifying.
Anytime he saw movement, he just started blasting.
Pretty much.
So anyways, I started blasting.
Yeah. Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days.
I remember that was back when fruit by the foot was still $1.
I
Now
miss
it's fruit by the 10 centimeters.
I miss old LAN parties, man. There were a lot of. It's like I'm fine multiplayer gaming in that setting because it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
everyone
better
had to
when you
make
can
an
shout
effort.
at your friends when they're right next to you instead of in their home somewhere else. You know.
Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm going to go use my bathroom. It's like, no, here's a bunch of guys that have been drinking like soda all night, with just leaving a bathroom just totally destroyed. Yeah, you had to choose your moments carefully.
Yeah, we used to do Orange Box LAN parties too. And going way back,
Nice.
I used to, in honor of Diablo 2 being re-released, with Diablo 1, I think, I used to have my best friend at the time dial into my computer so we could play Diablo multiplayer.
Oh dang!
Because it didn't, like by default, if I remember correctly, it didn't actually have internet support.
I believe you're right. But
So-
also, I've literally never played Diablo 1 because I think it's older than I am.
Wow, Dan, you're so young. Well, so Ryan, tell us what it was like going to high school with Methuselah.
He's kind of a nerd. Used to dunk on him all the time, knock his tablets out of his hands.
I remember when there were 15 commandments.
Oh my god.
So we got another episode of WandaVision this week.
And Division.
There are 2 episodes remaining in this season. So we're getting close to the end game on that. Big reveal in this episode. And the format is more like The Office or Modern Family.
Oh, don't get me started on Modern Family. I love that show.
Where it's like, you know, scenes and then one-on-one camera interviews, which are very awkward. So it's interesting to see Scarlet Witch and Vision doing these one-on-one camera interviews.
That Halloween episode, by the way, was super rad.
Yes, it was.
I
The
love
Malcolm
that.
in the Middle episode.
Yeah, we can talk about that now, right?
A little bit.
I liked. First of all, I liked the dedication to the old costumes
Yes.
they put in. I'm glad they didn't try to do like a spruced up version of the classic one. It's just like, no, here's a shitty version of that classic costume you nerds like.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Like Vision's face is sloppily painted red.
Yeah, and everyone's wearing like sneakers, with their costume or whatever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
even
they've done great attention to detail, and it's really, really cool. And something that I've been kind of holding in talking about that I got really excited about this whole time is the FBI agent or the Shield agent or Sword agent that we've been following a lot, who was in the Hex. Is Monica Rambeau, who is the daughter of the founder of Sword. And we saw her as a little child in Captain Marvel, which is fucking rad.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was just going to be a and again, I know nothing about Captain Marvel in a comic book sense beyond a couple of things. So I don't know if there's going to be a connection later, like prominently featuring, Captain Marvel, in the WandaVision stuff. Like, she's just going to show up at the end and be like, haha, I fixed it.
Oh, I doubt that.
I don't think it'll happen, but if they do, I'm going to be mad. But I'm hoping that going forward with everyone loves Jimmy, the FBI agent guy.
Yes, I want him to have his spinoff.
Yeah, I want that little pack of nerds to have to do some cool stuff with
Absolutely.
space people.
So in the comics,
Fucking nerds.
In the comics, Monica Rambeau becomes Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously, and I think the actress is supposed to be in Captain Marvel too. So
That would be cool.
They might be setting her up, like establishing her character, because we've not seen her since the first Captain Marvel when she was a little girl. We didn't even know that she was blipped until WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see where they take this character. We're going to be seeing a lot more of this character.
I've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it's really long and something to occupy my time with.
Sure.
And it's soapy enough for me to laugh at. I'm trying to catch up to the timeline to see if there's any snap shit that I can tie in with what I've seen in WandaVision so far.
Mm-hmm.
So Just like something that I can, form a baseless theory about as I sit on the toilet fantasizing about a TV show.
Yeah, I am very curious where WandaVision is going to go. I'm excited that we don't have long to wait to see what that payoff is going to be. This week, I will say, is the first episode with a mid-credits scene. So watch after the credits.
It looks like Dan's got a big brainstorm going on over there. What's on your mind, Dan?
Not much, bro.
You getting pumped for the new WandaVision?
You know me, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna get jacked and then go.
I'm on the subreddit. I'm discussing theories. I've seen it all.
So there is something that people have uncovered that I find pretty entertaining, and that's in Far From Home, in Spider-Man Far From Home, when we're with Nick Fury, on one of the screens in the background is a hexagonal shape, which seems to be indicative of the fact that Nick Fury was aware of Wanda's hex and was watching that.
I haven't actually seen Far From Home yet. It was one of the ones that I just never got around to, and then even the Spider-Man one, I think I saw that a few months ago for the first time.
Homecoming?
Yeah, and that kicked ass. So now I'm just kind of waiting for all three of us at home to be in the mood to watch it because I'm gonna rent it.
Far From Home is fucking great. The post credits on Far From Home, or just all of Far From Home, is great, but the end of it is especially fucking great because you'll get to see where they're planning on taking J. Jonah Jameson.
For more hijinks in the Spooderman universe?
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
I mean, it's not really a spoiler at this point because it's been out for fucking ever, but J. Jonah Jameson in this Spider-Man universe is basically Alex Jones, and it's fucking great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense with the game, particularly.
Yes. And it is J.K. Simmons still.
Hooray. Oh, my God, we haven't talked about it yet.
What?
But this is as good a segue as ever because of who died this week.
Who died this week?
Rush Limbaugh died this week.
Oh, yeah, Rush Limbaugh did die this week. That was this week?
Speaking of pointless hate speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rush Limbaugh's gone now.
Yep.
He can no longer be a living punchline.
Unfortunately, the hate that he inspired, it has gone nowhere. His legacy lives on in 70 million Americans who still voted for Donald Trump.
Well, we know the evil that men do lives on and on, so. And then cue that really dope riff from Maiden in that.
Was that this week?
Yeah,
that was
whatever.
last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was between this podcast and the last one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wednesday, wasn't it?
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
God damn. Oh, yeah, it must have been. Yep. It just feels like, man, time has no meaning.
Time.
His legacy may live on, but
an
he don't.
illusion.
Yeah,
So,
he don't.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yup. Yeet you off this mortal coil.
Gone forever.
I wouldn't have put him on my 2021 death list, but I also didn't know that he was battling lung cancer.
I did know that he was battling lung cancer. But he's been battling cancer for a long time now.
Yeah. Well, that joke was going to be good, and then I just lost it. Keep going.
I have been thoroughly enjoying the memes, the Rush Limbaugh memes.
Yeah. Yes. That guy sucks, and I know that we're not the kind of people that celebrate, death in general, but this is good. And
so I take issue with there are a lot of people who are like, look, I get it, you disagreed with him, blah, 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 but celebrating someone's death is a bad look. Motherfucker, you don't know who Rush Limbaugh was if you think that that's not a death worthy of celebration. You don't know.
Celebrate death all the time.
Like, good
lunch Limbaugh.
Fucking Lord. This is a guy who had a regular segment announcing the names and celebrating the deaths of gay Americans to AIDS. That is a force that needs to be fucking stricken from the goddamn record. I will be happy all goddamn day to know that he is fucking gone.
It'd be really, really cool if they taxidermied him or something like that, so we could all have a go of pointing and laughing.
They would taxidermy him and put him up as a monument at the RNC.
It'd be like the monuments to those Civil War generals that they removed in the South. It's like a monument to Rush Limbaugh that gets. Oh my God! I bet somebody even now is plotting to try to get a statue of him somewhere.
Probably.
I'd love to turn his skull into an ashtray for my cigar smoke.
It'd be really, really cool. I mean, if they had a statue of him, at least the birds would shit on it.
I would say more than just birds would shit on it. I would hazard a guess that humans would make the trek to shit on it as well.
Gross.
It's like, hoist me up, guys. It's been
Great statue. It would be a shame if someone shit all over it.
It's taken us 36 hours of driving to get here. But we've eaten nothing but Taco Bell the entire time. This is our hour, the finest hour.
Come on, Bowles, you've prepared for this. Well, we have gotten to the end of the podcast. Gents, what hast thou been playing this week?
I didn't play a whole lot of video games this week. Hollow Knight, I forgot until right when I joined the call that I forgot to buy Cyber Shadow this weekend because I wanted to, but I just got distracted by other things.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, I know. I'll probably get it tonight so I can just burn through it. But yeah, I've been playing Hollow Knight, and that's really it. What about you, Dan?
Still just playing Final Fantasy. Shit posting the day away.
Nerd.
Yeah, I know.
That, and don't forget, Dan's been streaming Phasmophobia.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I do be.
We had a nice little guest spot from Tyler last Thursday.
Got a couple of good pictures of his corpse.
It was pretty fucking great.
Not related to any reason why he's not here today.
We traumatized him too much, so
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've been playing plenty of Phasmophobia, either streaming or not. Play too much of that game. It's one of those things that everyone called the flavor of the month because a bunch of people picked it up back in September of last year, but I've been playing it basically every week.
It's a good game. It's a damn good game.
It's a damn good game.
Indeed. I have largely been playing Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, that's right. How's that going?
Playing back through that. I have 100%ed everything through World 5 so far. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Who you playing as?
Jumping around
Mario.
the Marios, eating the mushrooms and the pizza and stuff.
Except for when I need to switch it up, there are some. I really don't like the. They have buttons that can only be pressed by a specific character in some of the levels. It's not so frequent that you have to like change up characters every level, but it just sucks to go into a level because I try and get all the stars, get the stamp, and get the top of the flagpole on first run on all of them because it just saves time. And usually what's behind that character-specific button is the stamp. So
Yeah.
I go into a level and encounter that button and go, well, guess I'm starting this over again.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. I like zooming too much, so I just play Toad all the time.
No, so 3D World on the Switch, every character got a speed boost.
Oh, cool.
Did Toad get another speed boost because he was already faster than everybody else?
That I'm not sure. But I would think so, probably. He would have to because that's effectively his bonus as a character, right? Like
I was going to say, can't do my boy dirty like that. He's got to be the fastest.
Luigi and Peach have the ups, and Mario's got the all around, and Toad's got the speed.
Yeah, baby.
Toad's got the speed.
But yeah, that and yeah, no, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Oh no, I started playing Valheim.
Which one is Valheim?
It's the new kind of low poly survival game that is based on Norse mythology.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
I haven't gotten as deep into it as a lot of people yet because I just bought it last Sunday. But overall, I mean, I've been enjoying my time with it so far. Like I haven't played it a ton, but it's satisfying. It's a satisfying survival game, and they kind of fix a lot of
pretty cool.
the downfalls of most survival games in a lot of ways. And it is in early access. They say it's only about 20% complete. So we'll see what more is on the horizon for that game. I'm kind of excited to see it build out because it's clear that the creator has a very strong love for it. And it's interesting. He has come out and said that like Breath of the Wild was a major influence in his design choices in the game. So,
Yeah. I know it's going to be a dope game. It has its claws in like basically everyone but me on my Discord. One of them even bought it for me and I just haven't played it yet because I was hoping we could wait until it was more complete because I have a feeling they're all going to burn out on it before most of the content comes out.
Yeah, that's kind of the concern with early access, unless I have a feeling that won't happen with this game. Because I have a feeling that the updates are going to be full enough to make you want to go back to experience them. I think that
I hope so.
in cases where
a bunch of people I know are like, go ahead, go, or I'm going to end the episode. I'm pettier than you. I'm gonna win.
Every day, thousands of animals die. Only by subscribing to Topless Robot can you stop it. Me and my partner Brooks here have decided that we're taking a stand. Subscribe.